me, Mario! So the Super Mario Galaxy movie is now out in theaters, and I am here to tell you that I think the critics are, well, misinformed. I think that this movie is, in every way, shape, and form, a beautiful sequel to the first movie. I think every performance in this movie is absolutely worth it. Everyone brings their A game. This is a phenomenal sequel, just starting off right there. I will say that even the plot may be a little derivative of the first film, but I would also say that the Mario story, what you do in those games in the early days, you're just saving princesses. And that's kind of what this movie is about. Saving princesses. And it's totally fine, because the princess at the forefront of this movie is Rosalina. She gets kidnapped by Bowser Jr., is a way for Bowser Jr. to use as leverage for Peach and Mario to bring Bowser back to normal size, etc., etc. So while the plot may be, again, be a little, reminiscent of the first movie, again, I don't think that's a bad thing. What I do think about this movie is that as a Nintendo fan and as a Mario fan, I would say that I enjoyed this movie more than the first one. But I would also say that if you are just a hardcore Mario fan, you might like the first one a little bit more. If you are a huge Nintendo fan and what Mario brings to the world with other characters he's interacted with, this is the movie for you. Now, I would say, before I get into spoilers, that I loved Mario, I loved Yoshi, but I really loved Peach in this movie because at the forefront, it is a Peach movie first and foremost. You are introduced to Rosalina, you find out a certain thing in regards to Rosalina and Peach that I'm not going to say here, but I'll get into it in spoilers, and it is just, again, while the movie is called Super Mario Galaxy, it is very much, again, a Peach movie, and I actually really like that because of what transpires in the movie. I love Donald Glover as Yoshi. I love this voice cast. I love Jack Black as Bowser. I love Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. I loved Charlie Day as Luigi. And, of course, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. Of course, Chris Pratt as Mario. I have nothing bad to say about this movie. I was grinning from ear to ear this entire time. The entire movie, I was grinning. I was happy. I was like a child again. It was incredible. I love this movie, and I don't say that very lightly about most movies. But yes, I actually really loved the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And yes, Glenn Powell is a kick-ass Star Fox. Fox McCloud, sorry, I always call him Star Fox. But yes, Glenn Powell brings an amazing aura to Fox McCloud in this movie. And there are some really great callbacks to Mario Maker. There's some really, obviously, the movie is inspired by the Super Mario Galaxy. This movie is just such a blast and such an excellent time. Let me just get that out of the way. But now we're going to get into spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled about anything like this, or if you want to hear what I have to say in regards to certain things in the movie, then, well, you may want to skip ahead and wait for yourself to go see the movie. Or, here we go. Spoilers.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so first off, when you meet Yoshi for the first time and you get Yoshi's backstory through Yoshi's vocalizations, because Yoshi really just reacts in this movie, and that's perfect. All Yoshi does is he's just a very reactive character, and I love it. But you do get a little bit of his backstory. People are saying that Little Mac, you can see Little Mac during that sequence. I didn't see Little Mac, so I don't know. If it's there, it's there. I'll watch it again. Maybe I'll see it. But when you find out when Peach finds out she has to go save Rosalina because the Lumens fall in the Mushroom Kingdom, she goes to this galaxy airport. I don't really remember what it's like, the Galaxy World or something like that. See, I'm a terrible Mario fan because I can't remember the name of the place that she went to. But she gets directions from Rob. If you are a Super Smash Brothers fan and you know who Rob is, you will be so excited when he shows up because he has literally the funniest cameo in this movie. And it's a joke done twice and it works. It's hilarious. I laughed. It's beautiful. Donkey Kong does make a cameo. I won't tell you where, but he's in this movie. He does have a cameo and it's awesome. Also, if I'm not mistaken, when Peach and Toad are in this Galaxy Hub world, first of all, you see the Pikmin. That was fun. That was hilarious. That got a hearty chuckle out of me. But if you look close enough in the background, I want to say one of the ships might have been from Metroid. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm thinking one of them did look like a Metroid ship. I hope I'm not wrong, because I would love to see Samus Aran in a future Nintendo movie somewhere down the line. Now, this sequence also leads to Fox McCloud's introduction because, well, Peach and Toad need a way to find Rosalina, and Fox McCloud is the only one with a starship, and you get this really cool montage in different animation. You see his crew, you see Slippy, you see Falco. Oh my god, I was so happy. Oh, as a Star Fox fan, that made me jump for joy in the theater. It was amazing. I really hope they get a Star Fox movie. I'm really, really, really hopeful that Star Fox gets his own movie after this. Yes, that's what I want, Nintendo. Please do a Star Fox movie after watching Mario Galaxy. Please, 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 please. Super please. Yes. So, moving on from that. When Mario Peach reunite, they're chasing Bowser in Fox's starship, and Bowser Jr. takes this little pew-pew gun, turns Mario and Luigi into babies, and then we get some Yoshi Island 2 homages. And let me tell ya, it's fun. The whole sequence is a blast. But then, oh man, just even thinking about this makes me so happy. When they finally get to Bowser World, Mario fights Bowser, and Mario, Peach, and Yoshi and Luigi split up. It's almost like a Mario Party section of like, you two go this way, you two go this way. It was super fun. Seeing all the Koopas, seeing all of that, that was just, it was incredible. It was amazing. It was stellar, to put it lightly. But then there's a moment when Mario and Peach are like going through kind of a gauntlet, and it's going back and forth because Bowser Jr. is basically controlling it Mario Maker style, and it was just such a cool sequence. It was so much fun. But what's really cool about this movie is if you've played Smash, you know that Peach has an umbrella. In this movie, Mario gifts it to her as a birthday present because, well, the movie starts off on Peach's birthday. But she tells Mario, it's not really my birthday, this is just the day that the Toads found me. And he's like, well, I guess if it's not really your birthday, you don't get a present. She opens the present, and it's her umbrella! As a Smash fan, as a Smash Brothers fan, there are so many things in this movie that just made me happy. Even from frame one, when you see the minions, because the minions open this movie with the sledgehammer from Super Smash Brothers, and it's hilarious. Oh my god, I loved it. I loved it. Again, I loved everything about this movie. So, when they get to Bowser's Castle and they escape the Mario Maker level thing that Bowser Jr. was doing, Mario fights Bowser, cuts the bridge, and then Bowser turns into King Bone, King Skull, whatever it's called. I don't really remember. But I was like, oh, I thought he was going to go out Terminator style and that was going to be it for Bowser. Nope, I was wrong. So then Bowser and Bowser Jr. fight Mario. Peach goes to save Rosalina. Bowser and Mario and Bowser Jr. are fighting, and then Yoshi and Luigi show up. At one point, Luigi gets the paintbrush thing from Bowser Jr., and then hands down, the greatest cameo in this movie happens. Mr. Game & Watch. Mr. Game & Watch pops up, and I audibly went, oh my god, it's Mr. Game & Watch! And it was so good. Oh my god. And even all the costumes that they had in the movie. We also got Fire Mario and Fire Luigi. Oh, I was so happy to see that when they introduce Yoshi. You get Fire Mario and Fire Luigi in their suits, and it is awesome. It is so awesome. But, they saved the day. Rosalina, Peach, big spoilers, they are sisters. That is absolutely a thing that is now canon. As far as I know, that wasn't like crystal clear going into the video games, but yes, that is indeed a thing. Rosalina and Peach are in fact sisters, so that's a cool little detail. So the movie ends, Mushroom Kingdom's rebuilt, everything's all hunky-dory. Bowser and Bowser, mid-credit scene, Bowser and Bowser Jr. are locked up. A blue Lumen, I think this one's significant, but I don't remember because it's been years since I've played Mario Galaxy. There's a blue Luma with, it's just being kind of creepy and torturing them. But The post-credit sequence shows you at that Galaxy Port place again, and Princess Daisy shows up. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And I'm so happy about this because I thought there was a spoiler on TikTok. It turned out not to be right. But I will say that since Princess, and I have to credit my buddy Ray Flightcast for informing me of this because I had no idea. Daisy was introduced in Super Mario Land. Well, guess who was introduced in Super Mario Land 2? Waluigi. Sorry, Wario. I always say Waluigi because I like Waluigi. But if Daisy is going to be in the third Mario movie, which, let's face facts, the movie made $373 million in 5 days on a $110 million budget, yeah, they're making a third Mario movie. I guarantee you, if Daisy is the damsel in distress this time around in the third film, there is a high chance that Wario and Waluigi cannot be far behind. And I'm hoping they are the villains for the third movie. I'm very hopeful of that. Because as much as I like Bowser and Bowser Jr., I don't know that you need them to be super villainous in the third film, but I could be wrong about that. If they've got plans, they've got plans, and in Miyamoto I trust. But also, I don't remember the... Oh, man, I'm going to look it up because I don't even remember the character's name. He's voiced by Luis Guzman, but he's got his own little spot in the movie, and he is playing... I'm looking this up right meow. He is playing Wart, King Wart. There we go. Toad crime boss, owner of the Gateway Galaxy Casino. There we go. Gateway Galaxy Casino. So you get him, you get Birdo. There's a fight there with Peach and Toad. That is awesome in and of itself. That's a little callback to, I think, Super Mario Brothers Advance, something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, the cameos in this movie, the surprises in this movie. If you are a Nintendo Mario fan, this movie is for you. If you are a Star Fox fan, this movie is absolutely for you. And again, I am just holding out hope that Nintendo makes a Star Fox movie. That's ultimately what I want. But overall, despite the fact that the plot is, again, a little similar to the first film, I'm totally fine with that. I'm going to say this movie's like 9.5 out of 10. This is a fun time. This movie was awesome in every sense of the word. Again, like, Mr. Game & Watch showed up for like a minute, and it was great. I was ecstatic. Also, that fight between all of them, very Smash Brothers influence. I don't know if Nintendo wants to do a Smash Brothers movie because I believe, I don't know who said it, might have been Miyamoto, but someone said, like, no, we're not really building towards a Smash movie, but it's not something that's out of the realm of possibility. I do think that this movie kind of opens up a lot of doors in a lot of galaxies because even Fox is like, yeah, something happened and I got spit into another universe. So they're very clearly defining the fact that Fox is from a different galaxy in a different universe, which totally makes sense because the Legend of Zelda movie is being produced in association with Sony Pictures, but by Nintendo and Miyamoto. So in the event they ever want to do like a Smash movie, the kid playing Link in that movie could very well meet this version of Mario played by Chris Pratt. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility. But overall, bringing it back to Super Mario Galaxy, I had an absolute blast with this movie. It is incredible. Go see it as soon as possible if you are a Nintendo and Mario fan. Like I have nothing else to say because this movie was incredible. I loved it from frame one to the credits rolling. Like it just a fun time. Absolute fun time. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button if you love these movie reviews. Much love, take care, happy Easter to you all.